Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Today's May 12th, 2020. How y'all doing? Few things on my mind. I'm going to start off with the Candace Owens, my response to her little comment that she made about the jogger. A couple of y'all have brought that video to my attention and wanted me to respond. I had a couple of conversations on that video already this morning. Context is important, so I want to make sure I'm clear on my context. And I'm always offended by her because she perpetrates to speak for black people when the only thing black about her is her skin. Culturally, she's not a black person. In the sense that how most black people, we have shared experience. That's what, quote unquote, is the black community. We have a shared experience that we all can relate to each other on. We have a shorthand, so to speak, that we all understand for each other. And Candace Owens grew up in a bubble. That's not the traditional black person experience. I think she's a very beautiful woman. I think she's very intelligent. I think she's highly articulate. But if you take away her black skin, she would be just another Fox News commentator. And they love to promote people like that because that helps distract from what's really going on in America, historically and most contemporary. What's up, Ash? And her comments are offensive to me in light of, we just passed Trayvon Martin's anniversary, which I remember every year. I don't really speak on it as much as I used to, but I remember it every year. Usually it's around the end of March, around the 26th, somewhere in there, the anniversary of his death, and his birthday will be coming up soon. God rest his soul. So, but for her to speak on a video saying black men aren't being hunted right after Trayvon Martin's, the anniversary of his death, it means she's oblivious. She's oblivious. It wasn't just Trayvon Martin. It was Jordan Davis right after that. And right after that, it was Rekia Boyd. And Anna Brown in Texas. It was a bunch of them right around that same time. Of course, Trayvon was the biggest one, but those other ones was in there too. And there's some Mike Brown is in there. Emmett Till is in there. There's a few of them that's in there. Even the guy here in Charlotte that started the riots here in Charlotte, that was around that time too. But you have some of us, and when I say us, I'm talking about some of us who's colored like this, us brown people, us black people. We're oblivious. And we tell ourselves that our context, because something is true for us, it must be true for all of us. We all must have experienced the same exact opportunities or advantages that, because she had certain advantages because of how she came up, that must be true for all black people. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta move. I want to be in the sun. I'm tired of being in the shade on son in my life right now. So, I know some of y'all take that hood off, yeah. I want my ears warm at the same time. The wind is blowing. I got big ears, so leave me the hell alone. Willie Monroe, what's up, brother? Shalom. I meant to tag Brandis in this. Matter of fact, cause she's one of the people. Let me take a little pause for a moment, y'all. I need to invite a couple of people before I get too deep into this. Hold on. Just in case they wasn't paying attention. We gonna talk. We gonna talk about this shit right here, though. All right, let me search for him real quick. It's taking too long to do it that way. I apologize. I should have did this in advance. Hold on. It's a little tricky because I'm working with half a screen right now. Are you serious? Okay. Alright, this thing always acts up. I'm scrolling looking for these people, but I ain't gonna scroll through my whole friends list. I'm thinking hopefully I can just see them right at the beginning. It ain't really doing that right now. I mean, just tag them after the fact. That's probably what I'll go back and do. But, yeah, that ain't gonna work for me. That ain't working for me, y'all. So anyway, so I haven't seen the video of the jogger. I've heard about it. I don't follow every little black story that come out because I'm sick of hearing them, and I'm sick of how y'all niggas react to them personally. I don't understand why y'all still surprised. I'm tired of talking about the problem. When we gonna do something about it? When we gonna get to the solution? When we gonna start keeping these commandments so we can get up out of this captivity? Because everything that's happening was one of the curses that was put on us in Deuteronomy chapter 28. God said these things was gonna happen to us. He said them to us 2,000 years ago. What was gonna happen today, and it's happening. So yeah, y'all still surprised. So I don't know what to tell y'all. At some point you're gonna have to wake the fuck up. So what Esau do don't surprise me. So anyway, the black boy was jogging in some khaki shorts or something, and I guess he was attacked by some white people, whatever. Same old story. Come on, we heard this before. What I'm reacting to is her response. Because I listened to her video, most of it, and what I want her to understand is if, first of all, if she was my color and ugly, nobody would be paying attention to her. So one of the privileges that she benefits from is that she's lighter skinned and she's cute. And a lot of y'all don't realize y'all benefit from that privilege, your lighter skin privilege. And they love putting niggas on TV that's a certain complexion. Usually people my complexion and darker ain't gonna be on TV too much unless they got an African accent or they got some other kind of accent or English accent. They're not gonna have a black American accent for one. Okay. So she benefits from that. She's a pretty girl, no question about it. That's her other privilege. Because again, if she was ugly, and we know what ugly is, and we know what pretty is, she's pretty. Had she been pretty, had she been ugly, she wouldn't be on TV. Okay, she wouldn't be on TV. Ain't too many ugly black women up on TV. Whoopi Goldberg and who else? I mean, really, let's be honest about the shit. Whoopi Goldberg is filling that category right now. What's that? Waving back at me. Okay. Ash says she saw it the other day. I'm sure it is bad. I'm not taking away from it. I'm not trying to undercut it, but it's getting old now. And our reaction can't be one of, we can't be horrific and surprised and I can't believe this happened again. Why wouldn't you? It's been happening throughout the history of this country. When are y'all gonna understand that, black people? When y'all gonna wake up? Cause see, y'all tell yourselves that she woke, or you woke. Candace even said that on her video. I'm trying to wake up black people. Wake up black people when you sleepy? Sister. You got it twisted. Somebody said he was gonna tag. You should tag her in your video. Why? I honestly have no interest in conversating with you, sister, because you sleep. I love you like I love all black people, but you sleep. So I don't waste my time on sleepy people, people who still sleep. But you grew up in a bubble, and I believe, and I could be wrong about you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember seeing you, I don't know, a few years back on CNN or something like that, and I actually made a video about it at that time. I believe you're from New Jersey. You're from Paramus, right? Me and you are about the same age. You're actually a year older than me, sister. I looked it up at that time, and I remembered that. And your whole interpretation of there ain't no racism in New Jersey is a lie. Maybe in Paramus, you were accepted in the community that you lived in. But there's always New Jersey is the most segregated place in the country, and has been for quite some time, sister. See, unlike you, I grew up in Newark. I grew up in East Orange. I grew up in East Orange, in Orange, in Irvington. I grew up in where most black people grew up at who are from Jersey. Most of us. So most black people, if you meet that say they're from New Jersey, they're from that area that I just mentioned, or they have direct ties to that area. Okay. I ain't never even heard of a black person living in Paramus even today. Yeah, I'm sure it's a few of y'all out there. I'm not saying there isn't none, but that's not the normal. So for you to try to represent the black community and specifically try to represent New Jersey, you're misguided, sister. You're misguided. That's not the normal thing. And I got cousins who grew up well off, upper middle class and Whippany and Livingston area, Morristown, Montclair when it was considered upper middle class. I got people there too. So I understand you. But you don't speak for black people, speak for yourself. Speak for Candace Owens, because you're out of touch with the black experience, sweetie. Far out of touch. Because I have stories from when I grew up in East Orange, and I would ride my bike to South Orange. Okay, that was upper middle class. We wasn't supposed to be there, and this is in the 80s. Okay, and I'm sure it's still that way to this day to some extent. But us black boys would ride our bikes to South Orange because that's where the bike store was. It was called Cheapskates. It was right on South Orange Avenue in South Orange. And when we ride our bikes over there, the police would always stop us. It'd be few of us, 4 or 5 black boys riding our bikes together. We must have stole the bikes. Where do we get these bikes from? Why are we here? Where we going? White boys wasn't getting stopped. They was out skateboarding and riding their bikes. But as soon as black boys would do it, we must be up to something. We must have stole something. So don't tell me I didn't have that life experience. And I'm pretty sure most people from East Orange, hell, I'm sure there's some black boys who lived in South Orange who had that experience. We all had that experience. So for you not to have that experience, that's you. You're the exception to the rule. And I'm happy you never had to have that. But God forbid that you are raising a black man. I don't know if you have children, but if you're raising a black man with your ideology, you're not preparing him for the world that he's going to be entering in. Because see, your privileges can't protect him. Your fame can't protect him. Eventually, he's going to go out into society, and they're going to treat him just like every other nigga out here. Okay? And yes, I use that word specifically to prove a point. Okay? Because, see, that's how they see us, black men. That's how they see us. So you get your black ass on TV, and all you're doing is pandering to white folks. And what God got to say about that is, stop trying to make peace with them. I'm paraphrasing. But if you ever need a scripture, sister, you can hit me with it. You can hit me up and I'll give it to you. God says, stop pandering to them other nations. Stop trying to make peace with them other nations. Because every time you do that, you weaken your nation. You weaken yourself. And they love finding a coon like you, a Grecian, Hellenistic type mentality. Because see, we've always had your type of thinking throughout history, who spoke against your people. You could believe what you want to believe, but see, when you start speaking it, you're responsible for your words, and your words put other black people in danger. That's what you need to understand. I'm not sure who that is that's watching, but I'm going to wave to your sister. Kamala, huh? Take these gloves off. I was going to talk about them. That'll be on another video. But I'm tired of y'all, too, now, who, like I said, get enraged. Or, this is a trigger. She's a trigger for you. When we should be ignoring her ass. She shouldn't get no response from us. Because all we doing is making her go viral. And I'm guilty of that right now, but I'm not really responding to her. I'm responding to y'all responding to her is what I'm doing. Which I probably shouldn't be doing. I should just be ignoring it. But we need to ignore these coons, these Grecians. That's part of the reason we got put into captivity. Because we always had those among us who wanted to be like the other nations. That's how they see themselves. They want to be the other nations. The OJ types. I'm not black, I'm OJ. He found out how black he was, though, didn't he? Or maybe he didn't, because right after that, he took his ass to Las Vegas and thought he was Shaft and shit and could rob fucking get his shit back. Yeah, that might have worked in the hood. That don't work in Las Vegas, nigga. With your leather coat on and shit, thinking, what y'all, 3 the hard way or some shit, y'all nigga? And then he went to prison. That's what he went to prison for. But there's those among us, because of their fame, their celebrity, their wealth, their privileges, they convince themselves, I'm not black. Well, Paul Mooney said, you're going to get your nigga wake-up call eventually. Wake up, nigga. Wake up, nigga. That's what Paul Mooney said. I'm not really doing my Paul Mooney voice yet, but let me drink some. Because he said that about Oprah. Oprah got her nigga wake-up call, right? When she got arrested out there in fucking France or whatever the hell she was at. Wake up, nigga. Wake up. Paul Mooney. Classic. Yeah, probably. I don't know. They always have her on. CNN love. She was really like Fox was pushing her hard at one point, and then CNN kind of picked her up. And what we have to understand, yeah, and Dyson probably chewed the ass up, but he's kind of in that boat too because he speaks in a language that's unnecessary, and he needs to learn how to tone it down. Because I don't need to grab a dictionary every time I talk to this nigga, okay? And I got a degree in English, okay? I mean, come on, it's too much, okay? What the hell is he, Keith Murray? I mean, he cannabis or whatever. Come on, we don't need the big word niggas no more. Bring that shit down to layman's terms so people understand what you're saying, Dr. Dyson. I got beef with him too, cause he be cooning a little bit and pandering too. But yeah, he chewed the ass up. It was a few of them. Tim Wise chewed the ass up, and he's a fucking white boy. Tim Wise chewed the ass up. I love to put her ass in a room with Dr. Claude Anderson, who I'd like to. I don't think they've ever been in the same room speaking or on the same show. That's who she needs to speak to. I'm sure the screen went black. I'm sure it did. Anytime somebody starts telling truth, they always have some kind of technical difficulties. But they'll let a nigga get on TV and coon all fucking day, and it's the motherfucker being high definition, 4K, surround sound, and everything else. Okay, so that's the powers that be that are controlling the media behind the scenes. We ain't got there yet. What you say the other day, Ash? That was the fifth floor. We ain't there yet, so we ain't controlling the media. So we don't understand how those games are played as a people, the games that are being played on us. Because see, propaganda is the most dangerous weapon they have. That's more dangerous than the army, than the military, than their police and their justices. It's more dangerous than media. Propaganda is the most dangerous weapon of all. And because we don't control those five floors, we don't understand propaganda and how it's being played on us um, for centuries. We don't understand that. And anytime we get close to getting some type of resources to media, books, television, come on, black people we the number one consumer in the world. We got one station. We've had one station in our history that was truly black. That was BET, right? There wasn't. We didn't have no other. It was BET and then all the other white stations, and a little bit of stuff on PBS and some public broadcast shit. But I mean, we don't understand the importance of being able to communicate without being influenced by some other group of people. We don't understand what it means to communicate directly with our people as freely, because we've never been able to do it. We always had to write in code, even in biblical times. That's why the Bible is written the way it was written, in parables and metaphors and similitudes, because we had to hide what we was communicating from our oppressors, the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Egyptians, the Romans. We're still doing that to this day. Okay, we're still doing that. Um, I feel sorry for the sister because it's gonna one day she's gonna get that wake up call, and I hope she get it before Jesus come back, because she's gonna be put to death with the rest of them. I have no empathy for that. Um, I feel sorry for her, but I'm not empathetic for her. I mean, because the information is out here. If she really wanted, if she's about her people, then move where your people at and get to know your people before you start speaking for us. There's plenty of black cities around this country, right around D.C. I believe she lives in D.C. She claims she's from Jersey, and she in Paramus. Hell, East Orange ain't but 20 minutes from fucking Paramus. Okay? She can move to East Orange, get your little house up there and get to know your people. And get to see what your people experience. because your people ain't in parameters. And I guarantee if she look at a yearbook in high school, she probably one of maybe 5 black faces, if that many. Back then, because I graduated in '94, she had to graduate in '93, '92. So yeah, I'm sure maybe 5 of them, maybe might be 5 little black faces on that yearbook. I don't really care what she has to say. She doesn't speak for black people. But as I keep hinting at, and not really fully talking about, is white people love to push out black faces to go against the narrative, to shut down the narrative. They love that. Um, and every time there's a black event that comes up, they do that. They don't do that with no other people but black people. They don't even do that with the Hispanic people. Because, see, when something happens to Hispanic people, they have a bunch of Hispanic people on every station talking about what's going on. Think about what was going on when the kids in cages first started breaking out. They had Hispanic people I ain't never seen on these news stations talking, and ain't seen them since. Okay, hundreds of them on air, local, national, international. They was digging up damn anybody who spoke Spanish was on TV talking about how it was a travesty. Nobody was going against the narrative. Something happened to black folks. They got 5 to 10 niggas that they always dig up that want to go against the black narrative to tell us racism don't exist. That's basically what they're saying. When we had that back in slavery, we called them house niggas. That's what we called them back in slavery. But see, y'all forget y'all history, and the history ain't that long ago. You always had coons. Just because they look like you, don't mean they for you. Hell, Jesus told you that. New Testament. He said your worst enemies is going to be in your family. Hello. But the problem with us black people is we don't know who our enemies are. We think, oh, them some good white folk. They was my friends. I'm not saying there aren't some good white folks out here. I got friends that are white. I'm not saying that. We're talking about groups of people, populations of people. They have not been good to us, never. Ever. Ever. You rarely see a white person move into a black neighborhood, buy a house in a black neighborhood. That don't happen that much. If they buying a house, they renting it out. But to live in themselves and raise their kids and their family in, you don't see that. I don't care. Right up there in D.C., in Baltimore, and Maryland area, right outside of the suburbs of D.C., you got a lot of prestigious. Matter of fact, your most prestigious black neighborhoods are in that area. In the whole country, those are the most prestigious black folks. Whole communities of successful black people doing well. Ain't no white people moving into them zip codes, into them neighborhoods, even though it's a prestigious neighborhood. That's not what they do. Guess who else don't do it? Chinese folks don't do it either. Chinese folks, we got a large population of Chinese folks here in Charlotte. Where they live at? Up under the white people, they don't come. Because Esau and Moab run together. Never forget that. Those are your enemies according to God. Thus saith the Lord. The Lord said that to you. So we need to start operating under those rules. That's why we in captivity, because we want to go against what God was telling us. And God been telling us the same thing the whole fucking time. Stop mixing with them people. That's what the scriptures say, right? Don't give your daughters to their sons. Don't give your sons to their daughters. Right? That's what the scriptures say. Yeah, because he sold BET. Rob Johnson sold BET, so it's a shit show now. Of course, I absolutely agree with you. But that's what we do. We do that on small scale and big scale, on big scales. We build up a business, and then as soon as we ready to cut and run, we sell it to the white folks or some other folks. We was just talking about that with the restaurant, with the chicken box over there on North Tryon. Historically black restaurant. They sold it to the white, to the Mexicans, right? At least that's Israel. But hell, we don't even know for a fact. It could just be Mexican workers. We don't even know the Mexicans own the motherfucker. But the point is, all of these black people in Charlotte, he couldn't find nobody to take that restaurant over. Come on. Come on now. Come on. Stop. Now, Ford's Tires is another historically black owned business in Charlotte. It's a chain of tire shops. For those of you who don't know, when old man Ford died, he left it to his kids. So his kids is running the business now. They all got different ones. It's like 20 of them. But it's still black owned. They kept it in the family. All their employees is black. At least that's all I ever seen. And they give people jobs who got criminal records. So they doing it. That's a good support for its tires. Because they supporting the community. A lot of y'all don't know that. And I'm not interested in, this is what I told Brianna when we was talking earlier about this. Because she was like, she wants me to, she trying to sick me on the girl, like, get her, V. And I'm not interested in battling. I used to do freestyle battles when I was a teenager in the hood. I'm not interested in battling people. I'm interested in edifying my people. I want to lift up my people. I want my people to wake up. So I try to make sure my videos is providing some type of information that can wake somebody up. I don't care how many viewers I got. If I got 1 or 100 or 1,000, I don't care. If I can wake one of y'all up, I've done my job. And you ain't gonna wake up necessarily immediately. It may be 10 years from now. And you remember something to hear, you hear something, and something to click at some point in the future, and you'll go, damn, that's what that man said on that video. That's what V was telling me. I don't think I know everything, and I don't think I'm right all the time. But those of you who truly know me, when the last time I've been wrong? Now, I've been wrong about my personal shit, but when I'm giving somebody else some advice, or talking about a situation out in the world, when have I been wrong? Please remind me. It ain't that many times. I ain't wrong a lot. I be right on the money about shit. Almost down to the date, the month and the date where I predict things is gonna happen. The shit be happening almost to the day. And those of you who I talk to personally, I don't make those predictions on video all the time. But those of you who talk to me, we just sit around and laugh about it. Like, yo, V, you was right. You said that shit was gonna happen here. You said that shit was gonna happen in this month. You said that shit to me last year. A lot of y'all said that shit to me. And that brings me to Biden. Oh, Joe. So those of you who aren't aware, okay, see, they're not talking about this on CNN and MSNBC and your local news. They're not talking about Joe Biden's lift every voice plan for black people. I listen to mainly alternative news. I don't listen to mainstream news hardly anymore at all. Every now and then, just to see what the hell, just to be laughing about it. But I listen to a lot of progressive media, independent media. So they're talking about this a lot. And for the past week or two. And what's funny is because I told y'all, what Joe Biden was going to do months ago. He doesn't have a black plan. So he's piecing together something. So his old racist ass, because he's racist, he gonna name his plan "Lift Every Voice and Sing." Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? Ain't that the song they made us sing in school? Uh huh. But a lot of y'all don't realize that that song wasn't written for black people. It was written for Lincoln. It was a poem, and then later it became a song. But it was a poem written for Lincoln right before he got assassinated. I'm not singing to that motherfucker. I'm sorry, not gonna do it because I got issues with Lincoln too. But that's another conversation. See, black folks like Candice, they love Lincoln because they swear he freed the slaves and this and that and all that. Another conversation. Anybody want to talk history? We can have that history conversation. Okay. Lincoln didn't give a fuck about the slaves. He was like Trump. He just didn't have video cameras everywhere. Okay, he was concerned about the economy and keeping the motherfucking country together. That's what he was concerned about. Freeing the slaves, so called, was a compromise, and he had to kill a lot of white people to do it. He had to kill a whole lot of white people to make that compromise. So that's why y'all so foolish. Y'all think they gonna give y'all something without blood being shed? You out of your mind. It ain't gonna happen. And y'all ain't ready to shed no blood. Y'all ain't ready to bust a fucking grape. You ain't gonna do it. You ain't no standing army that Christ is waiting for. Cause see, that's what Christ is waiting for before he come back. He waiting for us to wake up and stand up and form ourselves into an army for him. That's what the Bible is about. For those of you who don't know, it ain't about no loving everybody and everybody singing around holding hands singing kumbaya. Y'all don't know your history. Y'all know what the white man told you through religion and Christianity. That's what you know. But that ain't what the Bible was about. And God knew it. He knew the plan. He already knew the end and the beginning. He already knows what's going to happen. That's why he set things in motion. But y'all ain't ready. You ain't hard yet. You ain't ready to defend that gospel yet. And y'all get caught up in all of these Esau's ideology and philosophies. And you think you woke because you memorized some shit that the Esau told you. So Joe Biden's plan, part of his plan, he wants to do $1 billion every year to Title One. For those of you who don't understand what that means, because see, code language is code language. Title One is government grants to the police departments, to juvenile justice, to prison industrial complexes. So his plan is the same as it always been. When he did the crime bill, it was the same thing. We're just calling it something different now. So he wants to revitalize that by pumping $1 billion into that industry. And all of that is going to do is lock up more black boys. It's going to get the police some new guns, some drones, some more surveillance equipment. That's all Title One is. That ain't going to help us. We have the wealth gap in this country, and watch the video that I put under Joe Biden's name. The brother is talking serious about this issue, and he sounds like me a lot. A lot of things he's saying. Brother, I forget his name, Iman something, but I'm following him now, and I'm gonna share more of his videos. But the brother's on point, and he's talking about this issue, this very issue, and breaking down Biden's plan. Watch the video. But those y'all cooning down here in South Carolina wanted to vote for Joe Biden in North Carolina so he could lock your damn sons up. That's what y'all voted for. Bernie tried to warn y'all. And then also part of his plan is some kind of savings plan for black people or something. Black people don't have a savings problem. We have a wealth problem. We have an income problem. We don't have no money to save. We don't have no resources to fall back on. We don't have no wealth to fall back on. Okay? So creating a savings plan ain't going to do nothing. We have a wealth gap in this country, and it's not because of education. It's not because of education. It's not because of hard work. Ain't nobody in this country ever worked harder than a black person, ever. Nobody. Nobody. You got close, but nobody. Black people were worked to death. The closest you get to that is the Chinese people on the railroads when they were building the transatlantic railroad system. That's the closest you're gonna get to that. And that was only for a short period of time. And they came over here willingly. They weren't enslaved. Okay? Black people were enslaved for hundreds of years and worked to death. Nobody's worked harder than us. We built everything. Okay? Don't get it twisted. And I'm not going to argue with Candace Owens on her point because she pointed out some good points, but the problem with her numbers that she was pointing out is they're historically inaccurate. Because the people who were doing the census reports during that time period that she was speaking of were illiterate people, were ignorant people, were racist people. So we can't rely on those numbers. 3,500 niggas a year was being lynched, is what she said, something like that. Get the fuck out of here. There was 4 million slaves. They were lynching, raping, beating, killing us left and right. Now, if we only counting the lynchings of the people they hung specifically on the tree branch, then them numbers might be accurate. But they hung us from all kind of shit. They hung us off a bridge. They hung us from a light pole. They hung us in front of a stove. They hung us on anything they could fucking find on the side of the barn. So those numbers aren't being reflected in your little census report, Candace. And that's what you're saying has already been debunked by black historians and other historians. They've already debunked that. And before lynchings, it was crucifixions. That's what they did in ancient times. They crucified us. They put two tree branches together and strung us up like that. You know the sign, right? That was way before Jesus. They was already doing that. Okay? Because they wanted us to die slow. They wanted to make us an example. That's why they hung. If you ain't gonna follow our laws and what we say religion is, we gonna kill you and we gonna make you an example to everybody. We wasn't allowed to practice our beliefs freely during ancient times. We was always enslaved. Always. But see, she wants to pick and choose historical facts and for her own benefit to prove her argument correct. This is why I couldn't have a conversation with her. Also, she got that black girl shit where she ain't gonna shut the fuck up long enough to hear nothing I'm saying no way. I'm not interested. No, thank you. I want to edify the people who are listening. I want to talk to those people. So those of you who asked me to make this video, share this video. You can share with her. I don't give a fuck one way or another. She ain't ready to talk to me, okay? She want to be with the white people gonna referee it and all of that. I ain't gonna have no conversation. Me and her can go on the Roland Martin show and talk. She want to talk to me. We go on Roland Martin. We go on Men's Viewpoint. Okay, we go on Tommy Sotomayor's show. She ain't gonna do that with me. Cause I'm gonna eat her up. She think Dr. Dyson ate her up. I'm gonna eat her ass up for real. Okay, she ain't ready. You ain't ready, sister. You're still asleep. It's sleepwalking. And you're pandering to white people. They love niggas like you. See, I don't consider myself a nigga. But see, you I consider a nigga. You're a coon. And they love finding y'all. You do more harm to the community than anything else. You want to help black people? Move to the hood. Move to a black neighborhood. Even a black middle class neighborhood. Move to one of them and experience black life for a few years and then come back and talk to me. We can go to Jersey anytime you want. I love going to Jersey. We can go to Jersey anytime you want. And I'll show you the real New Jersey that you claim ain't racist. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. But y'all gonna do exactly what I said in the beginning. You're gonna vote for John. You're gonna rally behind the doggone Joe Biden, uh, whatever black candidate supposedly that the DNC pushes forward. And that's what y'all have done. Because see, y'all don't understand that the Democrats and Republicans are the same coin. They just different sides. They all working together. That's what y'all don't understand. They're gonna keep this country going the way it's been going because that's their job. But they keep you distracted with heads or tails. That's what they keep you distracted with. Heads or tails. And you think that one side of the coin is better than the other side. It's amazing. It's the plutocrats that's behind the scenes that's controlling everything. That's who's controlling everything. Tommy gonna sit her down and make her right. I don't think Tommy Sotomayor would do that with her. I don't think that's the case. If I remember correctly, they had him on a talk show, and him and her was going at it on the talk show. And they had a bunch of black women. They was all just attacking him or whatever, and they wasn't listening to what he was saying because they want to do that. Oh, all women ain't like that shit, you know. And then and what he kept saying is, I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about a specific group of women. I believe she was one of those women who was on that video. But yeah, I don't think, and I believe that's what you're saying. Oh man, here go another comment. Hold on. I've seen Tommy be misguided on certain issues too. I don't agree with everything he says. He does a little cooning and pandering too. I agree with that, but I don't think he would side with her. From what I know about, I could be wrong. I would be very surprised on any issue that he would side with her. I mean, you'd have to give me an example of the issue that you think that he would go with her on. I really can't see. Because he definitely wouldn't go with her on that racism doesn't exist crap. Because, I mean, he's done videos where he was driving across country and got stopped because he was black. And he's done videos like that, and cussing cops out and everything the whole way on video. So I can't see him going with her on that topic, which is what we're talking about. And that whole black men ain't being hunted. She ain't never been a black man, so who the fuck is she talking about? She ain't married as far as I know. She could be. I don't know. I haven't followed her in a long time, but I never understood her to be married to no black man. And I know she ain't got no kids. So, well, she might now, but at the time I first got exposed to her, she was a single black woman. So what is her experience on what black men go through? Because if her daddy was living in Paramus, her daddy must have been a doctor or some kind of high paying job. You know, lawyer, doctor. So his experience wouldn't have been typical black either. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure what issue you think he would agree with her on. But I can't see him agreeing with her on this particular topic. Racism doesn't exist, shit, you know. I mean, it's just not a logical argument because anytime you look at any numbers, which she claims to be an expert on, the numbers can only be explained by racism. And government intervention. I mean, the white middle class was built by the government. It wasn't built by hard work or education or anything like that. Hey, buddy, how you doing? You came out here to see me? I guess Boots is getting like Smitty or whatever. Y'all don't ever see him, but y'all always hear me talking to him, right? Boots, show him the door. But you can't explain gentrification without explaining racism. You can't explain redlining. You can't explain our highway system. Um, you can't explain the home ownership numbers. You can't explain the wealth gap. You can't explain anything without racism. You can't. But we don't understand what racism is as a people. And I always go back to Dr. Claude, his definition, Dr. Claude Anderson's definition is, racism is is an economic term. It's not I don't like you because you black and you don't like me because you white. That's not what racism is. Racism is I have so much wealth, power, and resources. I'm gonna make this other group of people do what I want them to do. That's what racism is. It's a power struggle between groups of people, and our numbers haven't changed since the end of slavery till now. We've never had any wealth, resources, or power. Never. We make a lot of noise and they get tired of hearing us. That's the best we do. We ain't never had no economic numbers. What we need to start focusing on is how to generate wealth, how to generate money in our communities. That's what we need to focus on. That's the solution. We need to gather ourselves together like we're commanded to do and start working together. Like Dr. Claude Anderson said, group economics, because that's what every other group of people practices. Me and Ashley, we're going to start doing them flowers next year for Mother's Day because we tired of seeing all of these other groups of people snatching up all our money. Because we stood out there for 2 hours in the damn line, and it was, I'm sure they sold at least 1,000 dozens of roses out there, at least 1,000 dozens. Um, and there's no reason why we can't go to the wholesalers and get the flowers and sell them ourselves. There's no reason for that. So look out for that in the upcoming months. We're going to do something for Valentine's Day, and we're going to do something on Mother's Day of next year. And we're going to see if y'all going to put y'all money where your mouths is, because we're going to do pre-orders on them. Okay? And we're going to go to the same wholesaler. So we don't want to hear, well, they flowers is better than y'all's. We don't want to hear none of that shit, okay? We already know y'all going to say that. We going to their wholesalers. Yeah, that's what I feel. Maybe on another topic, and I might even agree with her on some topics. I mean, to be honest with you, depending on the topic. Especially if we're talking about the problems with the Democratic Party. I would definitely would agree with her on certain things, but her solution is going to be, oh, that's why y'all need to be Republicans. No, see, that's not my solution. So that's where we would differ. But I would agree if we talking specifically on the problems with the Democratic Party. Yeah, I would agree with some of her points on that. Like I said, she's a very intelligent woman. She's just misguided. She's just misguided, sister. But the problem in our community is not more police, is not more education, is we need to start practicing group economics. We need to start keeping our money inside our community. I mean, I'm talking about this flower delivery thing or whatever. This flower thing we're gonna do during the holidays. That's just 2 holidays out of the year. What we gonna do for the rest of the years, through the rest of the time? I mean, a lot of y'all brothers is doing landscaping, but you ain't really running it like a business. Cause see, that's where education comes in. Start your business, and then as you grow your business, you educate yourself more. And there are plenty of free classes on landscaping right here in Charlotte, right here in Union County. There's plenty of free classes on how to start your business and do an LLC. But you can't, y'all want to put that first. That's the problem. You got to start on the ground floor, start your business. And then wait till you get to one of them other levels and one of them other floors where you got higher legal representation to protect your business. But y'all be trying to all y'all do is educate yourselves. All y'all sisters is running around here with 50 million damn degrees and you don't know shit. Like the Bible said, you're always learning, but you never come to the understanding of the truth. You're always learning. You got 1,000,000 degrees. And them degrees don't make no sense if your community is out of order. If you're out of order. No matter how much education you get, all you're doing is regurgitating whatever they trained you to do for that job that you supposedly doing. You're regurgitating what they trained you to do, but you're not educated. You're not knowledgeable. You don't have the understanding to apply it to your community, to your household. It's starting to get hot out here now. I'm about to rotate again, y'all. This video longer than I planned it to be. I got enough suntan for the day. We got to come to order, people. We always want to jump. Think about them 5 floors. We always want to skip floors. We gotta work on that first floor first and get that in order before we. That's the household. That's the family structure. We got to get that in order. Then we can get our neighborhoods in order. Then we could get our communities in order. Then we can go up to the next step. Okay, but y'all want to jump shit, jump stuff, fucking steps and shit. You know, that's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to skip, take shortcuts. That's why it ain't never worked. Chinese people ain't out here marching, and they got way more wealth than us. I'm talking about wealth, not income. They got way more businesses than us. Because they ain't wasting their time out here marching and voting and doing foolishness and worrying about what Biden gonna lift up. Y'all waiting for old Joe to save you. Joe Biden was in office for 8 years. He didn't do shit for your black ass. Neither did Obama. They didn't do shit for you. Not one specific thing they did was for black people. Not one. We got the crumbs from the things that they did for other people as usual. As usual, that's what we got. But y'all singing old Joe song again. Y'all try to sing old Hillary song too. They hate you. That's what God says. They hate you. When you gonna listen, don't listen to Van. Listen to fucking God. God said they hate you. Your enemies. Them people who enslaved you. That's the white folks. That's the Chinese folks. That's them Arab folks. Ishmael, Moab, and Esau. People who've been for millennia. They hate you. When you gonna wake up and realize? When you gonna wake up? To me, it don't matter, because see, only 1/3 of y'all gonna wake up. Somebody asked me the other day, Why your story always different from the other two people's story? So it's three people telling the story, they story together, your story separate. Why is your story different? The question should be, and I'm talking about majority because we love to go with the crowd. The crowd ain't right. That's what God said. Only 1/3 of us was going to be right. The minority was going to be right. God said that, and that's true on a micro level. People and two of them are telling the same exact story. You should have questions. You should have questions why that is. Because no people tell the same exact story. It's always going to be slight differences. So what does that tell you? Them two people got together and want to gang up to make the other one wrong. Especially if one is a man and two are women. Them two women gonna get together with that sisterhood crap and make and villainize the man and play the victim. They gonna be the victim too, some kind of way. We've seen this over and over and over and over again. My story is the same story I've been telling. That's one thing. If you know me, my story is consistently the same. It ain't changed. Because I'm not trying to villainize nobody. I'm just saying, hey, this is what happened. These are the facts. You believe what you want to believe. I don't care. I'm not trying to get nobody on my side. That's why my story is different. Because I'm not into trying to get people on my side. That's the majority rules. I don't care. I'm only looking to save one or two of you. I want to edify one or two of you. The rest of y'all gonna burn. You're gonna die. That's what God said was gonna happen. I'm not gonna argue with God. Y'all go argue with God. Y'all go argue with Christ when he get back. I'm not gonna do that. That's the answer to the question. It ain't no riddle. And usually people that try to paint villainize you, they portraying you out of character. All my life, you know what my character. I ain't saying I'm an angel, but you know what my character is. This whole same thing. The rumor now is I abused my family or something. Come on, who believes that? People who've known me, known my kids for 20 years. When have I abused my family? Did I say some shit they didn't like? Of course. That's what fathers are supposed to do. Did I abuse them? Hell fucking no. Ain't no record of it nowhere. I came to court with the police records, right? I showed up with the police records. None said I did anything but defend myself. At the most, never been arrested because of that. I only been arrested over a traffic ticket, a bench warrant. Other than that, I ain't never been arrested. So if I was out here abusing my whole family, how the hell did I survive this whole 20-year period? Come on, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. Where, where's the proof? People tell themselves what they want to tell themselves because they're mad at you, they're angry at you, they need feelings. And then you got somebody siding with them because they don't like you already, or they want to side with you for whatever reason because their context in their life. So they're going to gang up and make you wrong. It happens. That don't make you wrong, though. It's a lie. It's a fabrication. I've been a helpful person and a loving person to everybody. There's nobody can say I didn't help them when I could. Nobody. And I've always gone, not only did I help, I'm going out of my way to help people at times. Everybody who's ever come in contact with me can say that. If I helped you, I went out of my way and helped you. But I never hurt you or went against you when I could help you. We got to stop buying into that minority rule stuff. I mean, the majority rule stuff. The minority. It's as simple as the truth is always simple. The truth is simple. I had to get that off my chest because that was part of the thing too. I've been hearing. I don't even respond to shit like that. Usually. I mean, it is what it is. But when I'm saying that kind of stuff, I'm really speaking to my children because at some point in the future, when I'm long and gone, they're going to watch this video. And I want somebody to say the truth about who I was when I'm gone. Don't let them lie on me. Don't let nobody lie on me. Hey, your father was this. He wasn't no angel, but he was all right. He did his best. And I damn sure did my best. There's things I could have did better. I'm not saying that. But for the time I was doing things, I thought I was doing my best and I was working hard to do my best and give my kids what I didn't have. But don't let them lie on me when I'm dead and gone. Somebody stand up at my funeral and play this video, tell the damn truth, something. Because Dad been saying the same thing the whole time. But usually people, when they do something to you, they want to play the victim in that scenario and make it seem as if the thing that they're saying you did, they're the ones that really was doing it to you. I'm not the only one that experienced that, am I? Somebody say you acting funny, but they the ones that's really been acting funny, that kind of stuff. But we do that to each other on large scales. Women play that. Come on, y'all ain't watched Maury. Maury been on TV for 50 years showing these damn stories. Jerry Springer, what's his homeboy? His bodyguard. They do the lie detector test and the DNA test and find out that the man was telling the truth the whole fucking time. 99% of the time. That's the storyline in all those shows. So we want to act like that ain't what's happening. And those real people don't die. That ain't no scripted shit. That's real. Y'all ain't watching these judge shows and these divorce court shows, and these paternity case judges and shit that catch these mamas in their lies. That's been going on for decades now. But we want to act like these mamas ain't out here lying. Because you're a good woman doesn't mean every woman you come in contact with is a good woman. There's some lying ain't shit, piece of shit women out here. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. And I call myself defending y'all good women by calling them out. Because it's offensive to me where I know I got good women around me and these ain't shit women is out here pretending to be y'all. And getting benefits that y'all should be getting. And they out here fucking up. They fucking up generations. They ain't just fucking up their lives, they fucking up generations because of their bullshit. And I'm out here defending them, and y'all want to attack me because y'all want to do that sister girl shit. Y'all defending piece of shit people. Stop doing it. Because men don't do that. If the nigga ain't shit, we ain't defending him, okay? We probably ain't even talking to the nigga. Usually. And they all the men who are talking to that ain't shit nigga, they ain't shit too. They running with him. But decent men ain't hanging out with ain't shit dudes. We ain't socializing them. We ain't backing them up. Sisters. We calling them out. So I'm calling y'all out too. Some of y'all, not the majority of y'all, I'm saying some of y'all, just ain't shit all the way through. You're rotten to your damn core, to your bones. That's just what it is. I ain't saying you can't change. I hope you do change. I hope you do correct your behavior for your kids' sakes, for your children's sakes. But y'all out here lying on these daddies out here, and these daddies is good. Most dudes you meet is a decent dude. He ain't perfect, but he got some shit he can work on, of course, like everybody else. But he a decent dude. I see him all the time out here with their kids. But y'all steady kicking their backs in. Because you want to get your nails done. You want to get your hair done. You want to drive a certain car. You want to pay your rent and don't do no work. And it's offensive to me. Because I grew up around real women, okay? Real women who really worked hard. And that ain't y'all. I'm sorry. Real women who busted their ass, who had a household down. Who cooked and cleaned every day. And and took care of their husbands, making sure that nigga got up and went to work. I seen that all my life. Y'all ain't doing that shit. Y'all sitting on Facebook gossiping or on the phone gossiping if you do work. But a lot of, I ain't gonna say most of y'all, but a lot of y'all, especially y'all who are on food stamps, I already proved my point. So if you on food stamps, you ain't making no money. You ain't making no money. And if you want food stamps, you want another government service, which is usually some kind of rent subsidy program. Section 8, Work First, or something, public housing. So let's start telling the truth. What's going on out here in our community, sisters. Let's start telling the truth so we can start fixing this. But see, y'all tell yourselves that, oh, I don't need no man, but you got a man. First of all, you made them babies with somebody. Second of all, that white man who's subsidizing you, that you don't see, he go home to his wife every night. So yeah, you got a man, you just don't live with him. You just don't see from him. You don't see him. That man cutting them checks every month and pushing that button for your direct deposit on your EBT, that's, see, you subsidizing your man. Or a man, with another man, somebody else man. But that motherfucker go home to his wife every night. And little white ladies like to be out at the churches and the food banks giving out food because that makes them feel good and warm and fuzzy. They're helping their little nigger children. But they're kicking your back in behind the scenes and you don't even realize it. Fix the family structure. Fix it. Humble down, because see, y'all don't want nobody to tell you what to do, but the white man tell you what to do every fucking day of your life and you don't have a problem with it. You living in public housing, you got rules you got to follow. You live whatever program you want, there's rules you got to follow to stay on that program. Work first or otherwise. You got rules you got to follow. So you follow the white man rules. When anytime a black man say anything to you, it could be something simple. Like, don't buy these trash bags, buy these because they better. You want to argue him the fuck down. Ain't that foolishness? That's what's destroying our community. That foolishness right there. You got the marinade going? What's up?
I'm busy.
Look, Chef Joyce.
Today.
Let me put you on camera because
No.
people need to talk to you.
No.
She ran away, y'all. She doing some gardening. Y'all need to love my video, like my videos. If y'all want Aunt Joyce to do some videos, a few of y'all requested that, but we gonna need some more love going for her to get her going. All right, we ain't got her to the dark side yet. She's still on the light side. We got to bring her to the dark side so she could teach us how to farm, okay, and garden and shit. Oh, I know. Listen, Ash, I know you got me. You know I love you to death. I know you got me if don't nobody else got me. That I know. There's no doubt. How many years we strong? 15, 20, what the fuck? 30? I don't fucking know no more. I don't even worry about that. But I'm really speaking to the community, and I gave my personal testimony because I'm speaking to the community. And all of us got the same stories. This is what Candace doesn't understand. We all going through the same stories. We all got them. We all got them. We got to fix our community. We got to start at that ground level. Put the family back together. That's what we're failing. I'm going to do a video on Joyce's planner maybe later today. She ain't listening to me right now, so I can sneak that in. I don't think she hear me. I'm looking at her. I don't think she hear me, though. Yeah, I'm going to do a planner. I'm going to sneak a video in on a planner, show y'all how she did a planner. Me and Brianna, we going to do the tower garden because we ain't trying to be digging in no dirt. But she got that skill, and that's kind of tying into something we'll talk about on a later video today. I'm going to do another financial video because that was pretty popular. A lot of y'all was clicking the links and stuff. A lot of y'all went to my YouTube page on that. So I got a lot of traffic on that particular video that me and Ash did, and the economics video. So, and it's a video. That was a popular video too, the Clippers. And a lot of us brothers, we always looking for a decent set of Clippers, so I can understand why that one was a little popular. But the one me and Ash did, and the one me and Ash was wanting to do these videos for a while, but then Facebook took away the functionality, so we don't always be together. Nah, his books ain't. Dr. Claude Anderson's books ain't that expensive. I'll send you some links. I ain't never paid that more than $20 for one of his books. Powernomics, the Black Secrets or whatever. He got like two of those books. There's another one he did. I forget. It's a few. It's like 4 or 5 of them. He might be selling the whole set for 100, but that particular set was only. I mean that those individual books. I would say start with Powernomics. That's one of the best ones he got. The lies, the secret lies or whatever it's called. I forget the name of it. Little known facts or whatever. That's more entertainment than education. I mean, it's educational too because he's telling you, a lot about black people in this country and the successes that we've had, inventions and things. I'll post a link for his book. I'm trying to tell you, I bought his book several times. Unless they like stock, unless they don't put up in price. Are you on Amazon right now? And which book are you looking at? Powernomics can't be that. That would be crazy. I'll go to my history and go to the link that I used when I ordered mine, and I'll share that link with you. Because I've ordered his book several times over the years. I have to go back in my order history, but I'll find it. It can't be that much. Another book, matter of fact, I'll post a couple of the books. Because me and Brianna was talking earlier, and I told her about From Babylon to Timbuktu. So I'll post that link as well. Now, are you looking at a hard copy of the book? See mine out here in the garden working. See what good black women do, y'all? And she one of the ones always saying, you always talk about black women. And here I am giving her props like I always do. She done sent her husband to work today. And she out here in the garden. She done did her work. And she got chicken marinating for later. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing. Talking about y'all work hard. Y'all don't know nothing about that. And then when she finished gardening, she probably on a lunch break. When she finished gardening, she gonna go back in there to work. Y'all don't know nothing. And this ain't a once in a blue moon type of thing. This is an everyday thing for her. Okay. Ashley over there working right now. She on here and working at the same time. What up? And looking up books for y'all. Come on. You got the pics. What pics? Hell, for a minute I thought you said pies. I'm like, pies? Hell, I'm on my damn way. She sent a photo. I can't look at it while I'm on here. It's going to cut me off. I'll look at it in a minute. Still trying to give away this t-shirt, y'all. I don't know why it's so hard to give away a $30 t-shirt. I don't know why it's so hard. All y'all got to do is share the video. I ain't even ask you to like the video. Just share the damn motherfucker. Share the video. Oh, that video you sent me, I think it was you asked the young boy, Ace Metaphor. I don't think he that young, but I called him a young boy. He looked good. We got to send him a t-shirt because he kept saying it over and over. Fuck your feelings on his last video. Yeah, Ace Metaphor. I like him. I started following him. A pic of what? Maybe I just need to. Can you talk right now, or are you working? Because if you can talk, I'll just bring you on here, and then possibly you can share it. And I know y'all be picking at me. I got this the only way I can read the shit. I got to be close up. Okay. Oh, because you working? That's what you're saying. Okay, I'm trying to piece it together. You know, I ain't looking at you right now. I can't see you. You can see me. The book cost. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with that when after the live. Like I said, I gotta see. That's one I gotta see for myself because I bought this book. I bought Powernomics at least 3 or 4 times. 2 times for myself, and I bought it for other people over the years. So I would be very surprised. I know it comes in a hard copy and a paperback. I had the paperback, and it just wasn't that expensive anytime I've ever bought it. So I would be very surprised. But books go up and down. Especially, they don't want us to see the truth. Because even that Timbuktu video book, the hard copy of that book is like $900, and it wasn't always that. It wasn't always that cost. It used to be like a $20 book, but now it's like $900. So when the truth start getting out there, they raise the cost of the book. They don't want us to know. And in Dr. Claude Anderson's book, he's talking a lot about building black business and group economics and things of that nature. I'm not sure if he talks about the 5 floors in that book. I think he does. I'm not sure. It might have been in a. He might have mentioned it briefly. It's been many years since I read that book, cover to cover. But even his videos, he got free videos on YouTube that are very good. And that might be more. We don't read, so it might be a better thing to share one of his videos. I share them all the time, but people very rarely watch them. Maybe I'll put a link in his description on some of his videos. What you want for lunch, Joyce?
I'm gonna have
Soup. What kind of soup? She got me wanting soup now. Because I got a ton of soup in there. Maybe I might get soup too. But I was kind of wanting a sandwich. Maybe I'll order a sandwich and make soup to go with it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And you want soup by itself, not a sandwich too?
What?
You want soup by itself, not a sandwich too?
No, the soup is pretty filling.
You watching your figure?
Yep.
Okay. I get it. She watching her girly figure. Go to make it quick. Nah, I ain't making a sandwich. I'm gonna do Jersey Mike's if I do a sandwich. All right, so I'm getting off now because Shalakimia just went live. I'm gonna try to catch a little bit of that. Um, Ash, put a link in the comments for the Shalakimia video. I know you got it, so other people can switch over to hers. We ain't got that many people watching right now, no way. But maybe in the future they could see what she was talking about. I try to always share other people's videos that are trying to edify people too. So that's that would be an interesting argument. Watching Candice and Shalakimia go at it, that would be interesting. But yeah, put that in the description too.
Move over, Boots. I can't see. Move over. Boots. Move out the way. I can't see where my flower is. Hey, Van,
Yeah,
do me a favor. See the holes right there?
yeah.
Move it over out of the way of my flower.
All right, hold on, y'all. I'll be back.
Just lift it over it.
I see.
Okay. All right, cool. Good.
I ain't want you to knock your light over either.
I don't need to go too much further. I just do
Oh, you got room now. That's my gardening for the day, y'all. I moved the hose. All right, well, listen. Like and share. Wait a minute. Okay. Who is that, Shalakimia? Okay, I'm going to have to teach you how to use Bitly so you can shorten the link. That big-ass link. But yeah, go to Shalakimia video, y'all, at some point in the future. That's all I got for y'all. Like and share. Follow V.